Okay, so I
Hello.
just checked in a relatively normally empty Discord I'm part of, just because it's just whenever people start talking, it's nice to be able to talk to people, and if the person's nice to stream, it's nice to keep up with stuff. Well, as of late, they've been getting a bunch of a meh, well, a bunch of people getting hacked.
Say goodbye.
Well, I'm not
I like
great,
pancakes.
We each have our own war to fight.
Kiss him in the neck or a hug, whatever one.
You get to the detonator. We'll secure the airship and cover you. Good luck.
Come back, say some random shit, get completely ignored.
Yeah,
It's
that's
about
how
the
it
story
goes.
of my life.
I mean, that's just what happens when John and I talk. We'll say stuff and then we just ignore each other.
I mean, but it's John. You've known him longer.
I only said 7th grade, but yeah.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
Yeah, pretty much. I almost graduated, too.
I was going to say 1 year.
Still trying to get through kindergarten reading.
Actually, I'm pretty sure the majority of teachers in America are trying to get through kindergarten reading.
I thought you said you were Scottish. How are you still on kindergarten reading?
Bad at reading.
You untold truth to me.
More targets up ahead.
Actually, I got Scottish and Scooter wrong. I'm actually a Scooter.
That is skittish.
That
You're
too.
one of those boats.
I'm also skittish. The moment I hear a sound, I just fucking bolt under my bed, and then I'm stuck until someone gets me the fucking grease to get me out of it.
I thought you were gonna go with forklift, not grease.
Yeah. The forklift if I go under the wrong bed.
They try
That one's
to
the
kill
water
him
bed.
with a forklift.
This fight's not working out.
So if I have a good understanding of what went on, I'm fine. My firearms are still safe.
I was states that are getting a firearm law changed.
I think it's national. I didn't really pay that much attention, but it's mostly dealing with an 80% poly. So like build at home or buying a build at home kit, they have to have serial numbers on them now.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yes, no. It doesn't really bother me that much. So, like, it makes sense to put a serial number on all of them, but if you still build your own firearm, like if you make all the parts to build it, it still doesn't require a serial number. Just if you buy a kit to build it, then it requires it. Which, I mean, again, I really don't care.
No one needs to know about your 7 rocket launchers that you have.
Shit, I wish I had a license. I have at least one.
Yeah, just so you can
I wish I had enough
over-exaggerate.
money.
You have a rocket launcher just to over-exaggerate your sexual remarks. Like, I'm gonna burst, and then you just fire a rocket in the sky.
Well, that's what the shotgun's for. It's the biggest thing I can carry. Without hitting myself in the face by firing.
That's the best part.
I like
Never
other
fired a
people's
gun.
face to be covered.
Never even held or fired any type of gun other than like a fucking paintball gun.
That's about the same as a 22.
Already there. I'll take the AK, please.
Yes. Guns have been heavily regulated in the UK. It's as a school shooting many years ago. It just took one kid, actually technically 2 kids, to go into a school and start shooting it up. fuck knows why, I, for for guns to become heavy regulated to no end.
Yeah.
The only time, I think the only time that you can have a gun in the UK is if you
Iron Man.
if you have a registration for things like hunting and stuff like that.
If you're Iron Man.
Well, then you just have a pulse laser. It's not even a gun at that point. So I'm going through Steam again, like doing one of my favorite things, just like random games. And it asked me for an age gate on Dying Light 2 DLC,
Huh.
which I own Dying Light 2.
You need to get you gotta make sure you're still the same age when you play
But
Dying Light 2.
the thing is they have to confirm your age every time, even if the only time they won't is if you're going into like the discussions and stuff after the game. Then you can choose not to ask you again for that game.
Okay, yeah. But also, the other point I was trying to make with that is it doesn't ask me for my age on any of the porn games.
Dying Light's got
Yep, I've
gore,
seen
the
that
other
as
one's
well.
got pussy.
It's weird, was it? It only seems to be ones with violence in it that seem to get it. The porn games not so much for some reason.
Dying Light's violent. Pussy is just health class.
I mean, that technically is correct on YouTube.
I still want to play, but I'd rather do it with people, but no one's gonna play it. It's the fucking Aliens Fire Team game. I know it's fucking repetitive as hell, but I love those types of games. Just co-op shooting shit.
Well, let me re-fucking download it, and we can go
I don't know if
play.
we can even play it together as Xbox, and because I have on PC, on Xbox, like the Microsoft thing, so I don't know if there's like a thing that lets me invite to Steam and all that shit. I don't know how it works. Assume it would let me, but I don't know. Like, because like Back 4 Blood has like its own separate thing inside of it, so that always works. I don't know about that one.
You're talking about Aliens Fire Team Elite, right?
Yeah, that one. Whatever the third-person one is, that's slightly better than Aliens Colonial Marines, which John and I beat on the hardest difficulty. Ultimate badass difficulty.
For the longest time, Colonial Marine was in a worse state than it is now, because someone didn't know how to fucking encode a line.
I know. John looked into all that stuff before, because he knows all about that stuff.
Well, shit. It looks like I would have to get it on,
You have to either get on the Microsoft thing, or I have to get it on Steam.
just because it looks that way, though, doesn't mean it's true.
You usually say whether it is only if it's only well, not necessarily platform, but what's that? And give me the I think like PC, PS4,
Damn it.
well, PC, Sony, Microsoft, that sort of thing.
Usually it lets you just go through PC and PC and all that. So.
Yeah, there are games that do have it open to the point where PC player will run.
It kind of depends on it. It kind of just depends
Epic
on.
Game Store or Steam can all play together.
It only depends on what kind of game, like how their invite system works. Like Back 4 Blood let you just be like, anybody who's playing it with an account can do it because it's got the
No, I agree.
crossplay.
So,
Actually, with the way it depends on most of the invite system is only if there's no goblin built into the game. Like for example, if it's just things like Clash Online 2, because you can play, because it's needs an account, and I need a Microsoft account in order to use it. You can play it on Steam or Microsoft Store or on Xbox, and all people play together. But if it was something like
Sniping with a grenade pistol, by the way, while we're talking about this, I'm trying to fucking hit these goddamn anti-tank things. But I mean,
if
it's
it was something,
we'll probably see if it works, but you know, if it doesn't, then you know, all that means they blew up my
I don't
tank.
think it would help. Another example is Warframe.
Oh, well, Warframe sucks.
Currently, currently Warframe is looking into getting in multiple platforms to be able to cross-platform play with each other.
Warframe's terrible. Warface is the better game.
Warframe.
Oh, is that the next one we're gonna play? Warface.
Yeah, that fucking free-to-play game.
I played that before too.
Yeah, I played it before, way before it even had like the co-op type thing that it's doing now. I played it when it came to Xbox 360.
Same. Alright, so the information I got first was from Xbox itself. The second bit of information says PC can crossplay with Xbox or with PlayStation, but Xbox and PlayStation cannot play with each other.
Really, like some do, because they even have the icons that will usually tell you if someone's playing on different systems.
Just in Fireteam Elite.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
specifically
we
this
could
game
try.
doesn't let you.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But so PC is basically the no man's land of the spectrum.
Alright. So as a precaution, I'm going to download this one onto my mass storage drive too. Just so I have any game you want to play ready to go.
Yeah, because we still got Back 4 Blood, we got this, if that works, and then you got EDF. Addiction to EDF, where you want to only play it with friends because solo's a pain.
We will attack them head on.
Oh yeah. I tried out one of the other classes, the heavy gunner.
Yeah,
The
and
guy
that
with
one's
the
a
two
little
Gatlings.
that one's a little complicated too to learn.
Not
Like,
only that, I didn't like how slow it was.
there is a way to get him to
It's
move
super
faster.
slow, but it has a massive amount of firepower.
Yeah, and also there is ways to get him to move around faster, but I only know it from EDF 5 when Ed taught me.
Yeah, basically the ways to get that one to move around quickly is basically to use
Jump.
basically to use one setup up for, or just basically melee. I really like, for example, a melee weapon and a gun, just so you can jump. The other one is set up whatever weapon you want to use is for your main weaponry.
Yeah, there's like
Because
because one will let you...
there's a secondary button for things like the guns. Most guns anyway, except for the ones that have they have a sniper sort of thing on it. It get you to kind of boost jump. The melee weapons get you to do a boost dash forward.
I'll just stick with the wing diver.
Yeah,
That doesn't
Wing
work,
Diver
just
is-
be a soldier. Either or works.
Fight with honor.
Wing Diver is significantly faster. It has some decent firepower, but the downside to it is it needs to land to rest quite often.
Yeah, it needs to dodge T's missiles.
Yeah, that too. The Wing Diver can pump out a lot of damage too. Not nearly as much as a Fencer, but it's just a whole lot of managing energy on top of it.
Yeah.
Kind of the wing part.
Yeah, Spencer is more or less the main damage dealer. Well, just because it has this, it can basically deal with weapons.
Victory is assured.
And Ranger is pretty much your typical all-rounder.
Just an all-rounder. It can get around a little bit better. Can roll around and break through shit with his dodge roll.
Yeah.
Air Raider just does all the
The thing
airstrikes.
is,
Five
Spencer just has to walk through things.
Air Raider, at least right now, it feels like Air Raider is a little bit better in 5 with some of its guns, because like those airstrike ones, not the laser, but the one airstrike gun I have, usually sticks to an enemy. Right now, the beginning weapons, or at least in 4.1, they all just drop a smoke, and it's like in the general vicinity. So it's a lot nicer in 5, but I'm still having fun using those limpet guns.
An option.
Plus 5, you get like 3 weapons in a fucking vehicle. It was.
Something like that.
Almost done with this game. It's like we're on mission like 10. Like 2 more after, but every mission takes me like fucking an hour. I should go see if anyone will join me if I host it.
Insect Armageddon, it probably has the most busted Spencer.
I couldn't hear for a moment. A plane flew over. It just sounded like you said Armageddon has the most busted air saw. And I'm like, what the hell does that
No,
mean?
busted fencer. Insect Armageddon has the most busted fencer.
And then I had to think about EDF when you said that because I'm thinking the movie. Like, what the hell does an air saw have to do with anything?
And the reason I say that is because if you go as a fencer and you're maxed out, you've got max rank, you can essentially get a teammate, and you could go in and start with just shooting enemies. Teammate could go as far away as possible, take a shot out with a pesticide gun, and fencer just puts up its shield and it can survive it.
Yeah. This isn't working because I'm being impatient trying to kill this.
It's also really effective if it's a fencer, one man in the entire thing where just walks forward. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, the fencer one is the grenade launcher. Just fire that, pesticide, walk it the entire way through.
Like Iron Rain, like just because of like some of the stuff you get to do in that game, I really like it. I just I don't care much for the currency system in that one, but I can deal with it, and it's not like the worst because you just grind whatever gives you the best. But
yeah,
it's like I enjoy.
I appreciate what they try to do with the currency system in that. It's just because of how difficult it is to get certain.
Yeah, and a lot of shit's super expensive in it, so it's like you have to.
Yeah.
And then if like you want the one upgrade, you're screwed out of the other. But I definitely enjoyed it just because action packed. So I'm excited when we eventually return to it, like you know, Insect Armageddon and all them when we play it on a harder difficulty. Kind of doing rounds between them all. Eventually, we got to play the one on Xbox. I think that has multiplayer.
2017.
Yeah.
It does. I'm pretty sure it has only a multiplayer, but maybe I don't know it has vocal.
I have to check. I only played the game. The only time I launched it is when I got the disc, and then I was like, "Look, I have it." And I looked at the menu screen, teased it on stream, and then I never put the disc back in. It's been sitting in a fucking cabinet.
I'm pretty sure I went and bought it on the Xbox Series.
Yeah, I'm like sitting there thinking I might end up rebuying it on digitally just so I can have it on the Xbox Series S. I'm like, now that I just bought the fucking disc, I'm like, but maybe the frame rate will be smoother and everything. What if 2017 crashes and says you don't have enough RAM like Insect Armageddon did on my fucking PC?
Oh god.
It was so dumb. I'm playing an old game of Insect Armageddon, and the game, like, all the buildings crash.
No.
You ran out of RAM.
What? You don't have enough RAM. Not enough. Not enough. Dude, that was amazing.
Jose, what are you doing? Sucking his dick.
Watching porn.
Dick.
I was looking at Earth Defense Force 5 just to look at it. All of the DLC, it costs
I know.
almost the exact same as the game.
I don't really ever
Yeah.
like. I don't buy the DLC. I mean, there is missions packs that they have, but they're like super difficult.
If you buy DLC, mainly buy the mission pack. If there's certain weapons you want, then you can get those.
But I know the
Not
mission
enough.
packs are like ridiculously hard though, so I never even bothered buying the mission packs for the.
Defeat is not an
Yeah,
option.
but the mission packs, if you play with other people, can be fun.
Does everybody
I
have to, or
bet.
just one person just have to own it? That's the
I'm not
question.
entirely sure if it's one person that has to own it or everyone.
Because I'm like, if someone else owns it, then sure they can host. Because then I'm not. Because I will not have the packs go on sale.
I want to make a sex joke out of that, but I can't.
Insect Armageddon's fun, just short, and it's dated though, but it's still fun.
Insect Armageddon is dated, fun, but it's very creative with how it does the story.
World Brothers is just an interesting twist. Even though people bitched and moan about the graphics, I think it's really fun because it's cool to get to play. It's so fun getting to play multiple
Insect
classes.
Armageddon is kind of the only one where you beat it on normal, you get to you get to a certain point in the story, and it treats it like that. That's it. So you're targeting it like that. You go into hard difficulty, it expands on the story, and it ends at another portion of the game, and you get some unexpected second ending. But the proper ending is by playing on hardest difficulty.
Well, either way, even if the other games aren't doing that, I'm still trying to go through them to the hardest. We're just kind of like taking breaks from others, switching around to the others, and then eventually go full circle,
That's
come
what
back.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The Insect Armageddon is the creative one as far as because I've done that.
Yeah, but we're doing it with all.
The ones are a lot of fun, simply due to the fact that you can get more weapons, and you can at least get some form of challenge while going through the game that you can actually enjoy. Because Insect Armageddon is more difficult to get into as far as the like pick up and play sort of thing, and compared to the other ones.
Let loose the dogs of war.
And if you look at like EDF, Iron Rain, and or World Brothers, you'll see a drastic difference in the spin-offs for those two. Just in the way they look. Like Iron Rain improved graphically and gameplay-wise, but it had a different currency system and everything else. They tweaked some stuff. World Brothers was just like, let's kind of make it blocky and fun, like not super graphical, but more fun on the gameplay.
So let's make it a voxel game that allows you to have 4 characters instead of just a single one.
Everybody plays as a squad of 4. No, I could just go and do this fucking mission, but now I'm like determined for this goddamn sign. This fucking thing sucks. Every vehicle takes like 1,000,000 years to destroy.
Sorry, I was looking up speculations of when Tiny Tina's Wonderland gets released on Steam.
Up in 4 years.
Well, there were some that said 1 week. Obviously, that was a lie. There's another one that says April 30th.
Some are a month, some could be years. Depends on how long they want their exclusive.
Yep. And I'm willing to wait. Mostly because I don't want to
Steam
download the
just says
Epic.
coming soon.
You did what to who?
Steam just says coming soon, so it could be
Oh, yeah.
could be over the next 2 months, could be over the next 6, could be over a year.
Yeah.
Because
Steam said,
there is a game that's actually been on, it's been stated as coming soon for 8 months already.
How odd this.
there's just screenshots of other websites saying Steam keys that are selling them April 30th.
I'll sell you a key.
Is it to your chastity belt?
Yep.
Ah, good.
The problem with the site selling Steam keys, except on like certain ones that only really sell Steam keys after it's launched, is the rather annoying fact that they always go, oh we'll just take this date, and then we say if they come out that time it'll actually kind of be able to like the
Damn it.
basically just taking the money and ran.
What about a severe disadvantage? It's a little ridiculous. All the way around before I even get fucking tanks and shit. This sucks. I don't know, Zane can play Borderlands normally. He's been playing his fucking other character that's like all broken or whatever, hacked or modded or whatever.
Modded, sir. Modded.
I don't think you know how to play regular Borderlands.
I mean, the only thing that's modded is loot rate.
Don't even need that. The game's fucking ridiculous as it is.
It's more
No, but
ridiculous
don't-
when you're a level 4 with nothing but gold.
Now the thing is, with loot rates, if you're getting like pearlescent and stuff like that, then let's say you kind of want the higher loot rate if you're trying to hunt these damn things. Otherwise, they're a pain in the ass to get.
I never had
Oh
any
yeah, no, it's
really had much
It'd
loot
be-
issues in that game.
it basically takes Borderlands 3. It takes the in-game loot rate that you can modify it to, like for doing like insane level 3 or whatever it was,
Yeah.
and it takes that and basically puts it in basic bitch mode. So I'm sitting there shooting skags and I'm getting legendary weapons.
My favorite monocle!
Guy back here.
But I mean, I'm also like level 9, so I can just turn it right off and stop using it.
Yeah.
Now I just wanted to like get used to it again, like 2 and 3.
Yeah, you're so excited for our playthrough. It will eventually happen.
13 years.
Yep. Where we get to have fun with 2's story and then 3's obnoxious fucking one.
Yeah, the only thing I really didn't like about 3 is that it just felt too long between like key elements of the game.
Just
Actually,
drag.
there were a bunch of issues with Borderlands 3. There was that. There was the fact the story was fucking garbage. There was also the fact that the story was needlessly taking shots at streamers. Then we see you had Gearbox try to backpedal, going, oh, we weren't doing that, it was just a joke. Then was the...
I blew myself up.
Then was the, like, it was the recordings came out of them basically shitting on streamers.
Even if they were taking shots and joking around, that's fine. It's just that instead of letting the story just be like the minor point, let the gameplay shine, it decided to try to really force the story down your throat more
Yeah.
than the other ones, and it didn't fucking do anything.
That's what I've been saying to someone else, that like Borderlands 3, but it kind of just like the rest of them, like just like following on for story. I've been saying that Borderlands 1 and 2, I've got good stories as far as lore stuff like that goes, but they don't try and jam it down your throat. Borderlands 3 is the case where they try and jam the story down your throat.
Just couldn't do.
And
I
try and
already
make it
played
seem-
one
even though
with.
this is the gameplay is supposed to be the thing that should be promoted above all else.
That was kind of the reason with 1, and the reason why I didn't say, Zane, let's play 1, 2, and 3, and even like the fucking pre-sequel one or whatever, is because 1 was the one I already played with Brandon all the way through, and I'm like, I don't mind 1, but it's like, the weapon design is, like, you can tell in the beginning, is not great. It's just fucking blocky guns that aren't really that interesting before they get to 2. Like, it was good for its time, but then you can see it's really dated, because, like, some of the guns are kind of meh.
It was a really good start. Story-wise, base story, it was good up until the end of the main game, which is where people thought it started dropping off in quality. Then was to those expansions that were far better.
1, I had no problem with story.
Borderlands 2 is kind of the opposite case of it was the graphically is heavily improved while keeping kind of the same sort of thing going.
I just, like, the story, you know, all the expansions, that never bothered me with 1 and 2. The problem was the guns. The fucking 1 just looked like Lego shit, and then 2 actually turned into guns. And then I was like, I'm fine with this, because I'm like, every gun you got that sounded cool was
graphically
like poop.
Graphically was Borderlands 2 went in and improved significantly over Borderlands 1, and to the point where it was the guns and looked far better, the characters basically looked far better while also keeping kind of like the same sort of design you'd expect.
Oh, that's what happens. They're like, well, we did the same formula for like 3 games. Let's try it with different with the 3rd game, where we crammed story down our throat and try to like force funny, and it didn't work out so well. And on top of that, you know, some games it doesn't really need to be changed. Like, they could just had a cool, subtle story and had the gameplay work for itself with its characters, but they didn't. I think the only game right now, well, there's a lot of games, but one of the games that is really sticking to the, oh, it's not broken, so why fix it thing is Far Cry, which definitely needs to be fixed. It's the same thing.
Yeah, Far Cry's entire thing is the way we tell stories and stuff like that isn't a problem, so we'll just keep on doing it. The problem is that the stories become much say bullshit that you essentially start getting sick of.
Just think the problem is that, like, they had good, interesting characters with 3 and Far Cry, and then fucking they just kept trying to build off that same thing, and every character just got less and less interesting. And it's not helping that.
Far Cry 6 has some fairly decent characters. It's just that the are not as fleshed out. I guess would be the more accurate way.
Well, it's that mixed with, like, some of the other characters, and just some of the missions are just lackluster. They're not that exciting, so then you're just working. You're slugging through lackluster missions just to get to story. And there's not a there's not a lot of side.
It was a case where the way they set up missions and worked for it, and they're thinking, oh, that people like that way, that's why the mission set up. So we'll just keep on doing it.
Plus 3, you got to fuck and then get stabbed if you chose that ending.
Yeah.
How fun. Zane ending.
Yes. Yes, it was. That was the first ending I ever found.
Yeah, and all it takes is you executing your friends.
Yeah, well, I thought most of them were annoying anyways.
Yeah, and why
That's the thing.
why have friends when you can have
kind of
crazy pussy?
You could, the thing is, with Far Cry 3 is either you go all for and you help your friends and all the way through, or you help your friends only to turn your back on them. For someone that is very questionable on whether they can be trusted, then proves they can't be trusted.
Well, not only that, it's like they send you to go and do everything for them instead of doing anything themselves.
Yeah.
So fuck them.
Plus, I get my dick in crazy.
Those
I
things
mean
are
that too.
crazy.
I'm lonely. I'm sticking my dick in anything.
I didn't know there was a brand of mayonnaise called anything.
My favorite flavor. Whatever the fuck mayonnaise flavor I saw the other day, that was soda or whatever it was.
I was about to say something even worse. Glad I cut myself off.
My god, I can finally have better artillery. They're gonna probably steal my tank. Tank already damaged. It's hard to destroy my ass. This light artillery is fucking it up.
It's harder to destroy, but it's still taking so much damage.
It still takes. That's
fucking rough.
and that's just a light artillery vehicle that was shooting me, because I could call that in, because I'm the fucking German dude.
This will block them. Build some defenses.
God, what the fuck? I held up and it just slammed me back. Come on.
Thought you liked getting slammed back.
I was hoping this mission would be done so that like I could switch games or do something. But at this point, by the time I'm fucking done, Zane's gonna have to go to bed.
It's only 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah, Zane's gonna have to go to bed.
I also didn't work extra hours today.
Like he's gonna have to go to bed. Just keep mentioning it over. Like the fucking.
Oh man.
That's pretty much how my conversations go. That's why I laughed at the fucking thing with Tally yesterday with the no Tally, that's a straw. Like it's just repeating the same thing I already said even though I'm incorrect.
Yeah.
I just keep repeating it, it will be funny.
It's alright, you boys have a good night. I'm gonna head to bed.
I was told I need to go to bed. Somehow calling you on a phone. Like, well, first off, don't know how I got your number. Second, where'd I get a cell phone? Because I don't even have a phone. I don't have a reason to have one, really, other than the home, like, cell
Where are you
phone.
going?
Second, they lied to me. False advertising. Said this thing's hard to destroy. Already had to repair it.
I just have the idea of like a cartoon whenever you're done, you're off, like you hang up the phone, and it's just like a possum curled around your head. That's all it was the whole time, but it worked. Like you were able to call me.
So you're just gonna say that you're gonna have the "that's all, folks" at the end of your phone call every time.
Oh god, we got a stabby in here now.
Princess brought her knife. I like when she said she was lonely and then showed a knife, and then John's like, I'm getting mixed messages about this.
Yeah.
This will block them. Fresh on the block.
Hey, she's lonely and she's got her knife. I don't know how to feel. And ice cream.
You Rick signal, Jamie. God damn it.
What are y'all talking about? The knives to cut the cream cheese, because obviously you're gonna have a cream cheese sandwich.
Yeah. Like an ice cream sandwich,
Not on
but
bread, you put it on crackers.
oh, I thought you were gonna be like
I don't
it's
like cream cheese.
Thought you were
that's
gonna-
your fault.
I thought you were just making like a joke, like instead of an ice cream sandwich, 2 chocolate pieces with ice cream in the middle. It's just cream cheese, and it's a horrible prank you pulled on someone.
Yeah, that sounds
What an impact
absolutely
on the cake.
disgusting.
Don't know how you build a cold.
Dane could tell you a thing or two about cold titties.
No, I completely missed the top line about the ice pack on the chest. And I was just like, who the fuck's talking about cold titties?
Don't you just hate when you just
Having
bring a
chest
knife?
pains, those are
You start swinging a knife around while eating ice cream, and then being like, "My titties are cold."
I mean, it wouldn't be surprising if it was from your CPAP machine. It'd be difficult to determine whether it actually is or not without getting the checked.
Vehicle's called the Rocket Wagon. It's Zane's nickname for his back of his seat.
What wagon? What?
I don't know. I zoned
No,
out
like,
like
the-
halfway through the joke.
So did I. That's why I heard something wagging the back of my seat.
Must defend this area.
Got a wagon in your seat.
Elite troops. Excellent.
Yeah, the thing is it won't always be a chest pains won't always be a hazard.
We're just a target in here. It must be ready for action.
One of the most well-known issues for chest pains, and it comes from people who suffer from anxiety.
Suffer from tent flaps.
I get chest pains in case I've been out of the house.
That's a plane. I hear DK, but I barely understand him. See? It happens all the time. Princess just never
Yeah.
knows what DK says.
That's what I get for being the Bizarro Scottish.
Makes her Scottish, and then there's like other games going on, and also the microphone always sounds a little muffled with mixed with the thing.
Muffled and hollow.
As you know, my nickname. My favorite buddy cop film.
Muffled and hollow.
It's weird.
But that's just me. I just sound weird on purpose. It's also because I have another program I'm running my headset through.
Yeah, it's like also it's just microphone qualities. Like everyone's got different things.
Yeah, I don't have my really good one that I like because it's too damn expensive and I broke the last one.
And I'm just using the built-in one from a laptop. One point doing the fact I can't be bothered to spend money on a microphone that'll die out in the way.
Try to show you something and not succeed.
Only. Why? Seems like it would be fun. No. And money. You get money, but then we
I
can
yelled
have
myself,
people up in your
fucking
teams going,
God
"Show me your
damn it."
feet, show me your feet.
Defeat is not an
Fuck!
option.
I want to talk about it. Turns out this tank that's super hard to destroy can get killed by a fucking wooden box falling on you. Who
The thing
knew?
inside the box and then crushed it.
It was just a fucking AA gun.
Yes. But landing on top of it.
Wasn't even coming. It had a parachute. It came down slow.
Slow enough to where you should have dodged it.
No, I wasn't looking. I was trying to set up other things.
I'm just messing with you, I know.
I don't know what's going on anymore.
Your dignity is slowly leaking away.
Did I have any to begin with?
I didn't
literally
say
called-
out of you, I just said away.
I was gonna say, I'm like, I call myself a dog and I have no problem being on all fours. What the fuck's dignity did I have to begin with?
Our princess is just like talking about making like spaghetti and pudding with her feet now.
Yeah, it's money. I say dumb shit to make money in a year. Whoa, whoa, why is my tank going so fast? Oh my god, something's pulling me, I can't stop. What the fuck just happened? Did someone just invent a magnet? What the fuck? I can't move now. I need to be over there to what is stop trying to drive up the hill. Okay, okay, come on. I didn't Austin Powers this. I need to fucking get out of here. I'm holding up. Up is down and down is up. Got it. Sure. Everything's okay. I'm just in reverse.
What the hell was that?
Straight up had a possessed tank.
You went to 400 frames a second.
My tank suddenly realized it had NOS.
But it only worked on one side of the treads.
Yeah.
For instance, just be careful what kind of bowl you use. They might try to find your reflection in it.
You're showing a face on our music.
I'll stick to streaming. Maybe I'll do only tubs. Or I just show pictures of tubs.
We must leave.
My first instinct was tubs, but tubs of butter.
Yeah. This
Only
one.
cubs.
I mean,
Only cubs where you show things like kittens and puppies.
what kind
use?
of what?
Bowl.
Like instead of don't use a metal bowl or anything like when you're doing.
Nothing
flip
with a
mixing.
reflection.
Yeah.
We care about only.
Only means.
It's the only thing that matters. What's the mystery behind the top?
If you really want to get them showing the butt crack.
That's how you fool them too. You're doing an only thing with only cleavage, but then zoom out and it's just an ass cheek of a fat dude.
Only pan.
Say only hams.
Only pan.
Oh,
I know my friends had a corner on only hams.
I was gonna say like only hams. I could do that. Just take photos of hams, different angles.
There's only pans. You take photos of the pan.
We talked about one of the pictures being a headliner of like, this is a pre-ham, and just have a picture of a pig.
There was actually a joke that goes about mostly Scotland and parts of England, but about certain parts of Scotland and Wales. And this one kind of goes to that. Only lambs.
Oh. Maybe if the princess should just stream more, then she'll get all the money.
No, only lambs. You already know who the cater to. Cheap shaggers.
No one watches you. Then you have like 5 to 10 people that pop in and say, man, you haven't been around in a while. It's so great. And then they talk to you. I don't stream to make
Princess,
money.
it's
I
not
just
cool that you.
I don't even stream to make money. I just have this Scottish itch that won't fucking go away.
So to say, Princess, it's not cool that you know that I have titties for some reason.
Only hams.
Heck, you have also people that are just really creepy.
What? I also can't think because I avoid someone and then they see me around and then wait for me to hand out. What?
I know there's always one person in this inner stream that always constantly is like, you should play this game or this game with me or this, but I'm like, dude, just let her play what she wants.
Yeah.
Kind of annoying, but you know, people are that way. I know you're playing this very peaceful game, but you seem like you'd be into Tekken. Let's play Tekken. It's like, what?
Like,
My controls keep... Everything is breaking now. Like, I keep getting kicked out of my own vehicle. Get in the damn thing.
Thought you were doing all that on purpose.
No, every time I get in and get back out, I'm not doing that. It's like, it just keeps kicking me out.
yeah. It was doing that before.
After,
But
I mean, anything could happen since my tank had nitrous, so I don't know.
basically, you could tell it wasn't him because like there was usually a bit of a delay between when you can go back out. There was the moment and he went in, it was instantly out.
Maybe he just spams really well. Who
Not
knows?
really. I hit the button once, hope for the best. Great, low cutscene. Low audio cutscene. Wow, I can't believe the Thompson took down that plane. If I tried doing that in the game, it fucking would not work.
How much longer? We've got to go.
But see, it worked because you weren't even aiming the correct direction.
Yeah.
From that angle, that would have been impossible. The plane came from the other side of the Zeppelin.
Curve the bullet.
Oh, you want it? Okay. I'll shut up.
Quickly, take over the controls, and I will get.
No, I'm not talking about that person. I just find it funny, though, that there's always someone in the stream when Princess does stream that's like, hey, I know you're playing this game, but, like, you should totally join me and my friend in this completely other game topic that isn't what you're playing.
Yep, saw that coming.
Oh, no.
Why do you look Asian for a moment?
The bomb! Bail out! Oh shit!
Quick, as you're jumping out with a parachute, aim your Thompson at her since you were so good at hitting a plane.
Yep, oddly enough saw that coming as soon as I seen the hairstyle.
No, Mac, the guy that I met is...
It is done, Hagen.
I'm into him, might have died.
I knew you had something for men.
Always. I go to Dick's Sporting Goods. God,
I
that
think
mission
that's a
took-
different store in Texas.
God, that took way too long, and that was only mission 10. I have like 2 more of these, and that mission took me almost like an hour.